Tonight on News 5 Live, the iconic Ella's Cool Spot in Hopkins is reduced to ashes in an alleged arson. Nemo prepares for flooding in northern Belize district. And we'll take you to Cape Cocker, where the sights and sounds of the buzzing island are enjoyed by tourists and Belizeans. These stories and more coming up on News 5 Live.
I'm always on the go, and the country is my home. So when I want to get away from it all, I immerse myself with my favorite movies, all from the new SmartStream app. It's easy to use this service. Purchase your movies from the app and use your mobile data, SmartStream data packages, or smart broadband to stream and enjoy. Be like me and stream on the go with SmartStream.
I'm on my way to Benny's, where I can get what I need and save some money. After 75 years in the business, nobody do it like Benny's. Hello, how may I help you? Anything you need, we got you. Whether it tools or tiles, lights and fans, we are serving with a smile. Genuine plumbing and electric supply, quality construction supply, heating and air condition, 100% Belizean. Benny's, hey, celebrating 75 years. Come on. Quality and savings, quality and savings. Benny's, hey, celebrating 75 years. Come on. Quality and savings, hey, quality and savings. Benny's, celebrating 75 years. Quality and savings. Quality and savings.
That bundle of joy is me. Studious as always. And now that I think about it, I think my idea of fun was homework. People always call me Miss Put to Right. Never really understood why.
That works for me.
Brought to you by the National Commission for Families and Children in collaboration with the National Parenting Task Force and UNICEF.
It's time to bring the energy and entertainment back to Tuesday nights. It's time for the return of KTV The Remix. We're looking for new talent for this year's competition. Auditions will be held at Channel 5 Studios in Belize City on June 25th and 26th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. You must be 16 years or older. Bring your best voice and come TV ready.
Medriva is the safest and most reliable taxi service 24/7 countrywide. Get to your destination on time. No more calling. Just pin your location or schedule your ride and a Medriva driver will be at your doorstep. Whether you're going to work or picking up a loved one, there are 3 categories to choose from: budget, economy, Island Lux. Try our services today and earn loyalty points on each ride to get cashback deals on your next ride, or sign up to be a Medriva driver. Just be sure to have your police record on hand. Transportation services at your fingertips. Download the app today. Medriva, opening doors to new opportunities.
Compostable plastics. To understand what a compostable plastic is, we need to know that composting is a natural way to recycle decomposed organic material like oranges or banana peels. So, a compostable plastic is similar to the banana peel in the sense that it also undergoes biological decomposition in a compost site and doesn't leave any toxic residue. In fact, it breaks down into carbon dioxide, water, inorganic compounds, and biomass at a similar rate of compostable materials. This is great because once properly disposed of, compostable plastic food packaging would be broken down in a manner much kinder to the environment compared to plastics. The recycled materials would return to Earth quickly and safely as soil when disposed of in the right environmental conditions and temperatures. It's important to note that for decomposition to occur, all compostable products must reach a sanitary landfill, where there is proper management of the waste through disposal and treatment. Click on the link below to see what you can do to help end the nightmare of single-use plastics. I'm Alison Castillo, and now you know.
Good evening and welcome to News 5 Live for Tuesday, June 21st. I am Sabrina Daly. An overnight blaze in Hopkins Village completely destroyed Ella's Cool Spot, an iconic location in the community considered to be a prime tourist destination for food and drinks. The restaurant and bar was eviscerated by a fire that began just before 2 a.m. The owner of the business, Ella Carr, is alleging arson, and there is surveillance footage to support her claim. So who is behind the fire that reduced years of investment to rubbles? And is it connected to a physical altercation caught on camera between Carr and a fellow business owner? News 5's Paul Lopez was in Hopkins Village today and has the following story.
Surveillance footage from a nearby store shows someone walking towards the entrance of Ella's Cool Spot with what appears to be a flaming object in hand. The footage was captured just before 2 a.m. and it is not clear enough to make out the identity of the individual. Arson, that is what Ella Carr, the owner of Ella's Cool Spot in Hopkins Village, is alleging after her restaurant and bar was destroyed by fire on Tuesday. Donovan Maximo, a relative, lives on a nearby property. He and his siblings were first on the scene of the fire. He spoke with us off camera.
I got up to use the restroom, but I noticed something strange, I noticed a big glare outside, and that's when I look out the window and I noticed my cousin's establishment was on fire. So my first thing I did was rush upstairs to call my dad, because my dad live upstairs too. All my brothers, neighbors, and we try our best to try to stop this fire, but it's something hard to do, especially with the wind.
Since Ella's Cool Spot was established 6 years ago, it has grown in popularity and value. From a simple barbecue hut to arguably the #1 food spot in Hopkins with an extensive menu. Carr's years of investment, blood, sweat, and tears have been reduced to rubble.
The structure was I have about 3-4 thatched building. All of that burnt down, and the kitchen, I just expanded to build a gift shop. Yeah, I was working on my gift shop as well, and I have about 12 employees. And I started just all by myself, along with a couple of my family members who helped me along the way. Now that I have a wide amount of employees here working with me, so all of them left without a job for a while. I'm a single parent, and even the community as well gonna feel this, and just hard.
Carr and businessman Bernard Nunes, the owner of Wabinaha nightclub, have been embroiled in a land dispute over a beachfront property. Carr was reluctant to divulge any information related to the legal matter. However, A video posted on social media earlier this year showing Karen Eunice engaged in a physical altercation has since resurfaced. There is a video circulating about a fight, and I'm just wondering, and I'm putting it to you, if you believe that physical altercation is in any way, shape, or form connected to what happened here over the course of last night.
I wouldn't stretch on that topic right now, because then what happened with me and my neighbor, we're going to the court with it right now, so yeah.
Okay. Have you gotten a chance to speak with your neighbor about anything?
Yes, well, the first case we made peace, but then and the judge threw out the case, but the person does not give up. So it's a continuous thing with the neighbor.
Would you be willing to at least say what he's claiming?
It's not a land dispute, yeah, because where my business is, the land is from my uncle, you know, and the beachfront property is not my property. You know, I was just a caretaker for the property for the past 6 years. And I won't stretch on that topic, you know.
Just
and
to say it's not a land dispute as people
yeah.
make it out to be.
What I believe is like it's just a jealousy, you know, due to it's a successful business, you know.
We were able to track down Bernard Nunes at his home in Hopkins Village. He took this opportunity to clear his name and distance himself from having anything to do with this morning's fire. Nunes is a retired police officer. He told us that he would not wish such tragedy on anyone, and he's willing to contribute towards the rebuilding of Ella's Cool Spot.
Ella, I'm sorry for what happened to you, for your losses and everything, but whatever is it that I can do to give you a hand, help, I sure will, okay? And that's about it, nothing much for me to say.
Yeah,
all right?
Yeah, so just let me ask one last question, sir, about now, how do you think you can assist in this situation?
Well, whatever they want or she wanted to do, you know, to build back whatever it is, I would be able to assist in whatever fundraising issues and stuff like that. That's about.
One would say, wow, you're in a video where a physical altercation and you're obviously a person that was hit on, and here you are offering a helping hand.
Yeah, well, at least, you know, I dropped that, you know, I put that on the side so that we can move on the best way we can. But at this time, my intention is to drop whatever had happened, you know, I'll accept.
Want to see her succeed.
Yeah, I want to see her succeed, and forgiveness to what had happened. Hey, let's move on.
This morning, the Belize Police Department informed the press that the cause of the fire is unknown. Notwithstanding the ongoing investigation, Carr says she is determined to start over. She has opened a GoFundMe account for those willing to assist in that process.
I'm hurt because all my hard work, you know, went down the drain.
Will you rebuild?
Well, I'm a determined person, and I'm ready to get up back, you know, and get stronger, and I'll bounce back 10 times.
Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.
It is time for Hopkins Village to have its own fire station, according to Donovan Maximo, one of the first residents on the scene of this morning's fire at Ella's Cool Spot. Maximo says that the firefighters who responded to the inferno came all the way from Dangriga town. He believes that the fire could have been extinguished with fewer damages had there been a fire truck situated in Hopkins Village.
It was us, family first, you know. You know, I had my cousins that come from my grandma's house all the way here too. You know, just like you say about all of us, all family. You know, then afterwards we had other people coming in. You know, but it was all family first. You know, we make sure we try to get all the boys, the men, out of the family to try to make this fire out. You know, but we tried our best. You know, we tried. We can't say we didn't try. We tried. You know.
What about the fire department's response? What's your thoughts on that?
Well, it was late. You know, the place was gone already by the time they got here, you know. The place was gone already. Like I would say, if they would have like a fire station in Hopkins, it would be much better. You know,
Where did the fire truck come from?
all the way from Dangriga.
Wow.
you know. So by the time they got here, the place is all gone already, you know. So that was a late response, but my main thing, they got here, you know.
Yeah.
They still managed to get here and try to do their best to try to keep some of the smokes and stuff down too. So
Do you think a fire like this shows that it's time to get a fire station in Hopkins?
it does, you know, it does, you know. So I think that's something we need as villagers. We need to try to work out there, make sure that happens, you know, before another incident like this happens, you know.
Coming up, a director of public health says despite increasing COVID-19 numbers, there will be no mask mandate.
Hello, friends. This is Dr. Bob Roberts
Deluge
with
na
another
trying
60-second
again
sermon from God's Word. And the Lord said unto Moses, Say unto Aaron, Stretch out thy rod, and smite the dust of the land, that it may become lice throughout all the land of Egypt. And they did so, and all the dust of the land became lice throughout all the land of Egypt. Then the magician said unto Pharaoh, This is a finger of God. The Bible speaks of God's face, His hair, His eyes, His feet, His hands, His arms, and 4 times it speaks of God's finger. The 10 Commandments were written on tablets of stone by the finger of God. The heavens were created by the finger of God. Jesus spoke of casting out demons by the finger of God. The finger of God is spoken of in Exodus when Moses and Aaron performed the miracle of turning dust into lice to convince Pharaoh to let the children of Israel leave Egyptian bondage. Pharaoh's enchanters and sorcerers could duplicate what Moses did when God turned the water into blood and when frogs appeared all over the land. However, when Moses stretched out the rod of God over Egypt and dust was turned to lice, they could not duplicate that and had to admit, this is a finger of God. They now know Moses and Aaron were not magicians as they themselves, but men of a holy and all-powerful God. They now discovered it is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of a living God. Today our world is being held in bondage by the power of darkness and lawlessness. Could the finger of God be about to appear? Today's 60-second sermon has been presented by Christian Foundations of Faith in cooperation with the Baptist churches in your area.
There's a buzz throughout Belize. There's a star search underway. Belizean youth, you're invited to compete in the Belize Youth Rising Star Talent Search 2022. Are you a youth who's ready to take center stage and wow Belizeans with your talent? Well, here's your chance. The Department of Youth Services under the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Transport and Love FM proudly presents Belize Youth Rising Star, a youth signature series national act. To participate, you must be a Belizean youth 14 to 29 years of age. You may enter the competition either as a single act or a part of a group. Performance must be family friendly, free of profanity, sexual suggestive, or acts promoting violence strongly prohibited. The time limit. All performance must be completed in a 90 seconds window. So be creative from start to finish. Professionals or entertainers who have participated on a major show lineup or signed to a label may not participate. Sign up today using the pin-to or virtual application from our DYS Facebook page. Who'll step up to the signature series and claim the Grand Slam title as the first Belize Youth Rising Star National Champion and take home the grand prize of $5,000. It could be you. Visit the DYS Facebook page to sign up and for more information on our rules and guidelines.
Let's talk energy. Did you know that saving energy can affect the overall cost of electricity? Practicing energy conservation helps BEL to use mostly low-cost options for sourcing and delivering energy to consumers. We take proactive measures to stabilize the cost of power by monitoring and purchasing the most affordable energy available at any given time. The more energy we save, the more we can meet energy demands using the lowest cost option. Belize Electricity Limited, providing safe, reliable, and sustainable energy solutions.
When all hope is lost and the days ahead look grim, we find ourselves looking for someone to shake things up, rescue us, and point us in the right direction. What if the one we've been waiting for has been here all along? Join us for our new series, Troublemaker, as we learn about a man who wasn't afraid to stand up for what's right to make this world a better place.
The weather today has been considerably better than the inclement conditions that were experienced across the country over the weekend. While we enjoyed several hours of sunlight in Belize City, in other parts such as Carmelita and Santa Martha, residents are still recovering from the deluge that brought havoc to their communities. It is forecasted that there will be additional rains in the days ahead, and the National Emergency Management Organization is closely monitoring the situation. In northern Belize District, NEMO is preparing for the likelihood of flooding once waters from the western part of the country make their way into the Belize River Valley. News 5's Isani Cayetano headed to Crooked Tree this morning and filed the following report.
The fast and powerful rush beneath the Crooked Tree Causeway is a steady flow as water from the recently inundated stretch of road continues to recede. Over the weekend, incessant rain submerged the raised path. It is expected that in the days ahead, it will be covered as the Crooked Tree Lagoon swells.
We all know the water bodies in Belize are interconnected, so we are anticipating that this lagoon right behind us here might definitely, we might see a rise in the water level.
For now, the road that leads to the village is passable. When the rains come, getting in and out of the community becomes a challenge. The National Emergency Management Organization, NEMO, is keeping a close eye on what's happening in northern Belize District.
We know that water do move with force, so we ask people to, as they monitor the situation, that they relocate to higher grounds and secure their personal belongings, move your animals to higher grounds, and stuff like that, basically.
That warning comes hard on the heels of a flooding event in Orange Walk District that drenched several communities, including Carmelita. Those waters are coming down and will eventually find their way into the Crooked Tree Lagoon.
The ground is already saturated. There has been intense rainfall, upwards of 10 inches in some locations, and there's likely to be more rainfall, with the models indicating about 2 to 3 inches daily, and local higher amounts, because the models sometimes are conservative in their forecasts. So we need to take into consideration that what we see on the models may not be what actually occur. There could be higher amounts, and those rainfalls are likely to lead to more flooding in that area.
In northern Belize District, NEMO's efforts are being coordinated by Lionel Smith.
We know that the bulk of the water body comes from out west, so we definitely place emphasis on that area in terms of the Belize River and the Spanish Creek River in the Rancho Dolores area, for instance. The Met Service so far has forecasted something around 320 millimeters of rain to 12.6 inches, and that is for the Belize District alone for the month of June.
It's a significant amount of rainfall to be estimated. Notwithstanding what is taking place in Belize, NEMO is also observing what is taking place in neighboring Guatemala. The Mopan River, which traverses both countries, joins the Macal River in Cayo District to form the Belize River.
In terms of Cayo, where you have rain in the hills in Guatemala, which we are monitoring right now in terms of rainfall amounts, Mopan River in Guatemala, to anticipate the downstream flow into Belize, and then that means the knock-on effect is flooding in Belize River Valley, because the water from the high ground in the west moves due east into, the Belize River Valley.
Reporting for News 5, I am Isani Cayetano.
Coastal communities continue to be affected by sargassum that has been littered across beaches, particularly in prime tourist destinations. We've documented this issue in San Pedro and the mitigation efforts taken by the town council and the business community. Over on Keycaulker, the situation is no different. But according to the leaders in the village, they have the situation under control.
Keycaulker was blessed towards the end of the STP2 program. We received a beach raker, which came in very, very handy. So what we've done is that we've assigned the beach rakers in areas where it can go. So we take it out in areas and it clean up the different areas where it can reach. Can only reach to a certain depth because of the water. What we've done is that we've hired additional men to pile, and we try to remove as quickly as possible. There are days when we see it extend out maybe 6 feet. However, with the machine and the manpower, a collaboration of both things, we have it under control. I'm happy to say that, we try our best and our guys try our best to keep it under control. We've seen pictures of different destinations that are struggling. That is not yet the case, and I pray that it is not the case, in Keycaulker ever. But for now, we have it under control, and we hope to keep it that way. If the demand increase for manpower, then we will have to increase the numbers on the beaches.
With the private sector, a new sargassum task force here on the island has recently been formed, and they are looking at new solutions, including trying to, as you know, spin this sargassum into some kind of gold yarn or something to make it pay. So that's we have our best minds put to that right now.
On Monday night, we introduced you to Generation Keycaulker, an independent slate competing in the island's village council elections on Sunday, June 26. But as we found out today, there is also another independent slate headed by Buddy Magana, a 25-year-old son of the island. Along with 6 councillor candidates, Magana and his visionaries have been making their rounds on the campaign trail, meeting with residents.
When we decided to run, we made it clear to the village, that we are an independent slate and we are running an independent slate. We do not feel the need to be affiliated at all with any political party. We decided as a team to run independent because we're doing this for the people of Keycaulker, for our community, out of our hearts. We are people of Keycaulker who have grown and seen the need that the island needs. Why not see what difference we can make, So therefore, we're coming in with a plan, a vision for Keycaulker. But keep in mind that not because we're elected into office that we are supposed to run the village on our own. It's called the village council. It's something that is to work with the village, the community, to have the community involved in making progress for the island. And that's why the name stayed as Visionaries, because we are going to be the start of something new. One of the major things that we have seen, and that is something that we know can change, is the streets of Keycaulker. We live and walk, drive down the streets of Keycaulker. The streets, they're always repairing the streets, and that's fine, But why put a band-aid on it when you can do something better for the island? We've talked to the villagers and they said, you know what? I think that we will give you a chance for a change, to do something when you get in office, And right now, as we have been campaigning from door to door, the people are like, we are in support of you. We want change, and we believe that you, someone young, And with my team, I believe it is possible to make a change in Key-Calker.
There are approximately 1,500 registered voters on Key-Calker. The number of active COVID-19 cases has surpassed the 2,000 mark, and while the symptoms may be milder, the disease is still highly transmissible. During an interview with Director of Public Health and Wellness, Dr. Melissa Diaz-Musa, reporters asked whether a mask mandate should be returned. Dr. Diaz-Musa recommends personal responsibility among residents to use masks to prevent transmission of the virus.
With regards to the mask mandate for outdoors, it is best that if you're planning anything, if you're having a function, try to do as many outdoor activities as possible. When you're indoor, we're still recommending, especially at the workplace, especially if you can't social distance effectively, to still utilize your mask. That's very important, especially to help us at this point to break this transmission and to see our numbers going down.
What I'm asking is, should we revert to where we were before April 1st?
At this point, it's not what we're going to recommend. We still really ask for personal responsibility to our community and to each other as well. If you do know that you're sick, you've had fever, a family member is ill, notify your workplace. Ensure that people know what's happening, because you can still transmit if you're mildly symptomatic or asymptomatic. So that's very important for us to remember. Not because you feel well. If you know you were very closely exposed, if you know that you were ill within the last 24 hours, ensure that you inform your HR person at your work, or you keep your distance, you work from home, and you utilize your mask.
After the break, the wonders of La Isla Cariñosa.
Well, it's a dream come true. Becoming a homeowner, it's very exciting. I can't even put it in words. The emotion says it all.
Overwhelming, exciting, speechless most of all, that joy. The words you can't actually explain how you feel, but just overjoyed over everything. This is a big help, being one single parent.
I am receiving something that I was really wanted to have. I think this is very good enough for me, and I really appreciate it.
Our house was here already, and that get burned down by an accident with my grandchildren. But I thank God today and thank everybody for helping me. Feel good, miss my heart got a bubble and things jumping there.
Feel good, generous. Yeah.
Feel very happy. We appreciate everything with the minister, the government, and everybody who work along with him. Thanks very much. I'm very happy.
I don't really want to get emotional, but thanks for everything, because I really appreciate it.
I know the value of one nice bungalow cement house like that cannot be overstated, right? I know that from personal experience matter, that we grew up in a grew up in a broke up house. Then about at age 12, we were able to get one concrete bungalow house. And that changed through life. Like, start feel good about ourselves. We start got pride. We start work really hard at our school because we see the benefits of working hard.
By having shelter, by not being able to have to go pay the rent every day where you don't own, by having something that you can go to the bank with to be able to better your life, psychologically that gives you power. It gives you strength to face life. This is a tangible way of people feeling that government is contributing to bettering their lives.
With the touch of a finger, we can easily unlock our phones and securely gain access to our data. This technology is called biometrics, and the Social Security Board is introducing fingerprint recognition to make transactions and handling of your sensitive data secure, fast, accurate, and convenient. Is your identity safe? Fingerprint recognition will keep your Social Security record secure and confidential while making your access fast and easy. It protects your identity. Is your name a common one? Fingerprint recognition uses your unique characteristics, ensuring your hard-earned benefits go directly to you, the rightful owner. Tired of all the paperwork? Fingerprinting makes this hassle-free. Your convenience and your information security is our priority. Fingerprint recognition is here. Social Security at your fingertips.
My name is Natalie and I'm a working mom with 2 small children. Before I got pregnant, there were never any issues about my performance at work. However, when I did get pregnant, the way I was treated made me feel that I wasn't welcome anymore in the workplace. And so I decided to resign for my health and for the health of my baby. By the time my husband and I decided to have a second child, I was working at a company that had policies that accommodate women who are pregnant and nursing mothers. For example, we would get time off to nurse our children. I feel lucky to be working for a company that does not discriminate against pregnant women or nursing mothers. I believe that all women in Belize deserve that right. And at the end of the day, we're all Belizeans and we should all be treated with respect.
If you are trying to get away from the hustle and bustle of the urban setting, an escape to Caye Caulker might be exactly what you need. It is an hour-long ride by boat from Belize City to the island, which offers a wide range of activities that you can do. Whether it is indulging in a lizard juice, feeding the tarpon, or even water activities such as snorkeling with sharks near the reef, or relaxing sunset cruise, there's something for the entire family. News 5's Dwayne Moody and cameraman Daryl Miguel joined a local press trip to La Isla Cariñosa, and despite the rains, captured the amazing experiences that you too can enjoy.
Last year, I was given the amazing opportunity as an influencer for the Belizean Traveler program of the Belize Tourism Board. Back then, I said, while I'm original from Corozal, Cayo quickly became my new favorite place to visit, fast track to 2022, and there's a change of heart because I'm now in love with La Isla Cariñosa, Caye Caulker.
We're the next talked about destination in Belize, so we're grateful that it worked out positively and in our favor. We're one of the most sought of destination in Belize now.
It's an immediate change of pace. Whatever you were doing before, you can just say, and take a break, right? We have a lot of fresh air still. You can't beat that. That's a health benefit. Just being close to the sea and being immersed in nature is also a major health benefit to renew and refresh you.
It was an invitation that I simply could not refuse. Over the weekend, the BTB's annual familiarization trip, which had a 2-year hiatus due to the COVID pandemic, took the media corps to the island. Despite the inclement weather and rough seas, there was so much to take in as we experienced the many wonders that Key-Caulker has to offer.
The opportunity to experience the beauty, the richness, the tourism product that Belize has to offer. You guys are constantly on the move. You've been working very hard, but I think this is a good opportunity for you guys to, get out to travel a little bit, take a little break from the day-to-day activities, and so be able to enjoy.
For those who may not know, I'm definitely not a strong swimmer, but Joel Koh, better known as Captain Jack Sparrow, and his crew from Wanderlust made snorkeling at Shark Ray Alley and Coral Garden an adventure for foreigners and Belizeans alike. We swam and interacted with marine life and experienced the wonders of the Belize Barrier Reef.
We offer half days, full days snorkeling, fishing. We also do diving. So there's a variety of services. So we do sunset tours, sunset dinner cruises. We do overnight charters to island hopping. We're inside the Key-Caulker Marine Reserve. If you guys take a look at the background, we have the Barrier Reef. This is one of the sites we're doing, which is the channel, the Key-Caulker Channel. So it's a guided tour. We have guides get in the water, show you different types of coral formation, fishes. We do Shark Ray Alley as one of the stops. There's 2 different Shark Ray Alley. Key-Caulker has one, Old Chan has one. And then the last stop we do is Coral Gardens. Then from here we're going to go behind the island to sail, where we offer a variety of alcoholic drinks. Also, we're going to be preparing some fresh shrimp ceviche, and let's see how the sun comes down.
The rains cut the sunset tour a bit short, and we called it a wrap for day 1. We retired for the night, anxious about the next day's activities. For most of us, it was the first time that we would be visiting the Blue Hole Natural Monument, located at the center of the Lighthouse Reef Atoll. Our visit to the Blue Hole was brief, before heading over to Half Moon Cay, the first nature reserve to have been established in Belize under the National Park Systems Act in 1981, and the only place in the entire Caribbean that you can find the red-footed booby birds.
It is a World Heritage Site, and it is we have one of the famous dive sites within the country of Belize, the Half Moon Cay Wall. So that alone, aside from the Blue Hole, do attracts tourism every day. For a month, we would see over 2,000, and on a good day, on a good month, we'll get 2,000 for the day. A dive boat, we'll get a dive boat 3 times for the week, and one dive boat, some will bring up to 20 divers for that day.
The journey by boat was rocky. For almost 2.5 hours, much of the ride from Key-Caulker requires traveling across open sea. Despite blinding sheets of white rain and lightning strikes, it was an exhilarating experience. Checkmark, visit to the Blue Hole complete, and that brought day 2 to an end. No more boat rides, as the 3rd and final day featured a popular attraction on the island, tarpon feeding. While on a pier with bait between your fingers, you would extend your hand out, and these huge fish, which are protected by law, would jump out of the water to grab the bait. It's not for the faint of heart. And if you're saying that this is way past your budget, think again. Domestic tourism still plays a key role in the sustainability of the industry, and you can access deals on trips for you and the entire family.
Hotels do offer Belizean rates, and I encourage Belizeans when they travel to mention, when they're making a reservation, to mention that, do you offer a Belizean rate? Just as how international tourists travel and visit our destination, I believe Belizeans should have that opportunity. I know membership through BTIA, if you are a membership, you get a membership card and you get a discount to visit other destinations.
Dwayne Moody for News 5.
When we return, Belmopan Mayor Sharon Palacio breaks her silence on Citco and its finances. But first, here is the weather forecast with data from the Belize Met Service.
Download the SmartStream app on the Android Play Store and create your account to get access to movies and stream at home or on the go. Prepaid customers can purchase regular data packages or get a discounted rate on a special SmartStream package by dialing 7737. Postpaid customers will be billed monthly. Never miss a movie again with SmartStream.
Keep still now.
Ouch.
I tell you no move.
Ma, you really can't get a mannequin for this, ma? Really?
Well, son, if I never lend you the $2,000 to buy the kids' computer and the book, I may have the money for buy my mannequin.
It's definitely better to borrow from the bank than from your friends or relatives. This way, all you owe is money.
Would you like me to turn around?
That would be good. Turn on, turn on, turn on.
Take advantage of the back-to-school promotion currently being offered by the Belize Bank.
Taking its name from the venerable father of the nation, the George Price Highway stretches 77 miles from Belize City to Benque Viejo. Originally built in the 1930s, this cross-country highway system is the artery that links Belize to Central America at the western border with Guatemala. That connection facilitates overland trade, supporting Belize's economic development. Winding its way across the scenic countryside, the George Price Highway from Roaring Creek to Esperanza has been fully reconstructed to meet international standards, with particular emphasis on road safety. A shorter and hassle-free commute is best enjoyed when everyone obeys the traffic laws. To reduce the number and frequency of road traffic accidents, it means that a seatbelt must be worn at all times, and the speed limit observed when traveling along the highway. It also means that pedestrians must use sidewalks and crosswalks where available. Buses should only board and discharge passengers at a designated bus stop. Road safety is everyone's responsibility. It begins with you.
Looking for that perfect gift for your dad or grad? Then spoil them with a Samsung. The awesome and affordable phone lineup starts as low as $369 and includes the Galaxy A03 Core, A03s, A12, A13, A22, A23, A33, A52s, A53, S20 FE, S21 FE, and even the Tab A7 Lite and Tab A7 LTE. Shop with confidence, knowing that when you purchase from an authorized Samsung reseller, you enjoy 1-year local warranty with your purchase. So what are you waiting for? Head over to any of Samsung's official partners, including Sun in the World, Digi, Divari, Raju Store, and WestJack this month, and give your dad or grad an awesome Samsung phone or tablet.
It's time to bring the energy and entertainment back to Tuesday nights. It's time for the return of KTV The Remix. We're looking for new talent for this year's competition. Auditions will be held at Channel 5 Studios in Belize City on June 25th and 26th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. You must be 16 years or older. Bring your best voice and come TV ready.
Late last year, 5 councillors from the Belmopan City Council made serious allegations against Mayor Sharon Palacio. They claim that Palacio was mishandling funds and was not operating with transparency and in accordance with the Belmopan City Council Act. The mayor declined all requests for an interview to ventilate the allegations, and several months went by. But tonight, she has broken her silence on those allegations. She told News 5 that she chose to ignore the noise and focus on generating money to stay afloat. But she also said that she was disappointed by the claims made against her, which she learned of in the news.
For me to get out there and follow all that was being said, I kept quiet. So I want to thank you for giving me this opportunity to say a few words. Bottom line is, I always echoed that I inherited nothing. When it comes to bills at City Hall, I have my competent team here who will be able to speak a little bit more. But my job, and I continue doing the same thing, is to get creative and do things differently. I cannot remember all the points at this time because time has healed. I must say I was very disappointed when I saw what I saw. Definitely, the councillors, they had their own, I wouldn't say personal agendas, but whatever, I cannot speak for them, but all I can say, and I'm going to say it publicly, those allegations are false. Definitely, where we're at right now speaks for itself. So the accusations and so on has to disappear. And there'll come a point when I'll be able to look at them one by one. I haven't even internalized them to say that I remember all the points. But I know the finances part, it was there. And it was rather disappointing because there's nothing for me to say that I can touch or anything irregular. But again, when you have persons who are having their own agendas, then these kind of issues comes out.
What's the relationship now between you and them?
I would say continuously getting better. Okay. And in my mind, I never had a bad relationship with them.
While Mayor Palacio distances herself from the allegations, she has solid defense in the person of Melvin Idenoji, the council's finance officer. He told News 5 that not only has Palacio done nothing underhanded, but that she has also created a system whereby every transaction is subject to processes and is properly documented.
As a matter of fact, I had spoken to one of the councillors who itemized that on the list, who basically put that on the list. And as a finance director, I approached the person, why would that be on the list? That I'm responsible for the finances of the council. And the reply I got was that there was an event that was held earlier in the year, and a donation was given to the mayor. It was in US dollars, $1,250 US, which was given to the mayor in front of the person. Not knowing, the person put that on a list, but those monies were turned into the council, and there was a receipt that was printed for those same monies. And I printed the receipt and I gave it to the mayor the day. I said, forward that to the person in the US who gave it the donation. It was an African lady. Okay. So when I saw that, I approached the lady and she was like, the person told me, oh yeah, that's what I saw. I said, but do you know there's a receipt for that? She was shocked. I said, you don't go slandering people's name without finding out information.
And while we spoke with the financial heads of the Belmopan City Council, we also took the opportunity to ask about the current financial situation of the council. Viewers will recall that soon after Mayor Sharon Palacio took office, she revealed that the council was not only flat broke, but indebted to the tune of millions of dollars to its creditors. While the debt is still huge, there's been an about-turn in the system that has been put in place that deals with the council's finances.
We are in a huge amount of debt, and bear in mind that although we are improving operations, that doesn't take away from the magnitude of the responsibility that the council has, that it's laden with debt, right? And we're trying to find constructive and creative ways to manage that debt. There's been a lot of effort put in cleaning up our records and ensuring processes and internal controls are put in place, and we are doing that. We're at the point now where all the HODs have been working very steadily on the job descriptions for every position that we have to ensure it's clearly outlined. We prepare internal financial reporting monthly. And
these things were never in place?
No. No. And so we are making strides where you not only have accountability, but you have transparency in the operations. And we want integrity in the information.
Finances have improved over the last 12, 13 months. As a matter of fact, you realize that on several occasions over the years, employees had issues where salaries were not met to time. You know, we had several memos that came out where people were not being paid to time. In the last year, we've not had any issues with payroll. As a matter of fact, our receivables and our spending has basically, we've conserved our spending because we're thinking of sustainable financial development. We've met payroll on time. We actually have a financial audit coming up shortly. Our finances are going to be audited for the last 5 years up to this year, and that speaks a lot. That speaks volume of what we're doing at the council. We also had an audit with local government recently, and that was on the 31st of March through the Ministry of Finance. The Ministry of Local Government, who is our parent ministry, basically came in and did an annual audit. They came in as well in April, I think on the 15th of April, they did another financial audit, and they have spoken highly of the council, thanks to the competent team we have at the office as well, the accounts department. So we've moved from being at a 67, 80%. The banks are happy with us. We had a meeting with the bank a few weeks ago. They were quite surprised with what our finances look like, and they're actually quite happy with us.
Earlier today, the Ministry of Agriculture, Food Security and Enterprise, in partnership with the Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, signed agreements with beneficiaries of the Agribusiness Technical Incubator Grant Program. It is a pilot program under the Technical Cooperation Program, which is being implemented in the Cayo District. Investments between $5,000 and $15,000 were considered for the award. A total budget of approximately 60,000 Belize dollars was awarded to 8 enterprises.
The intention of the project is to develop those incubators to accompany small businesses and enterprises to get them the strength, the capacity, the technical assistance to develop the individual business. I think the focus is commune and indeed one that aligns with the Ministry of Agriculture and more importantly with what Plan Belize aspires to do. Our national correspondent, Mr. Aban, is with us, who has worked so hard, along with Mr. Silverio Marin, a member of the head table. I recognize you. Dr. Inesa Salamao, thank you so much for your support. Mr. Sergio Gomez and Mr. Carlos Itza, who is not with us. But this is the team that has been working so hard. As the focal person, it's been a bit easier for me because we have such an exceptional team, and we do need to recognize them, and we'll also do that in the closing ceremony. The incubator model, as I indicated, is borrowed from the experience from Brazil, Bolivia, and Mexico. There's been some models there where they have looked at nurturing and accompanying businesses and enterprises with technical assistance, with financial assistance. What needs to be mentioned from this initiative is that it provides a component of assets to the different entities. It's something that we've always asked for in our projects. Yes, the technical assistance is very important, but also economic assistance plays a significant role, and I think this initiative will give some assistance to that. It is designed to provide new micro and small agriculture-based enterprises with key technical support, qualification, training, advisory and consulting services. The expertise that's within the region and globally, we take on those experiences and we sit with the different groups and accompany them as they progress along.
Just ahead, Ghanaian entrepreneur Fatima Zara shares her journey to success.
Messi. What an incredible strike from Leo Messi. Neymar and Messi is standing over this. Messi. Oh, what a goal from Leo
Great entertainment stays with you, and we bring you great entertainment. Next Gen, the ultimate digital experience.
Dwayne Moody, Isani Cayetano, Marian Ali, Paul Lopez. Your News 5 police teams do whatever it takes. Go wherever they need to go, so you can catch the story wherever you are, whenever you want, on whatever device. Channel 5 believes on television, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, because news is now everywhere, all the time, and so are we.
I'm always on the go, and the country is my home. So when I want to get away from it all, I immerse myself with my favorite movies, all from the new Smart Stream app. It's easy to use this service. Purchase your movies from the app and use your mobile data, Smart Stream data packages, or smart broadband to stream and enjoy. Be like me and stream on the go with Smart Stream.
Today marked the opening of the Commonwealth Business and People's Forums in Kigali, Rwanda. The Commonwealth Business Forum brought together over 1,500 delegates from Commonwealth member states for the first time since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic. At the opening ceremony, the Right Honourable Patricia Scotland, the Commonwealth Secretary General, was joined by the Prime Minister of the Bahamas and other dignitaries to deliberate on key global issues and the role of the Commonwealth in leading a, quote, global reset. The Commonwealth People's Forum is being held under the theme, Delivering a Common Future, Our Health, Our Planet, and Our Future. The forum is scheduled for today and tomorrow. Meanwhile, following days of deliberations, the Commonwealth Youth Forum came to an end today with the presentation of a 6-point action plan on youth development. This action plan is being called the Youth Declaration. This declaration will form the topic of discussions on Saturday when these young leaders meet with heads of government during an intergenerational dialogue. Belize has representation at the Business and People's Forum as well as the Youth Forum. The Vice Minister of Foreign Affairs of Japan is in Belize meeting with government officials. On Monday, he was a keynote speaker at a closing ceremony where over $875,000 worth of medical equipment was donated to Belize from the government of Japan. During an interview with Vice Minister Kentaro Wisney, he told News 5 that his visit is also to strengthen bilateral ties with Belize.
To
strengthen our bilateral relation, that is why I came here today in the Belize. And then this year commemorates our establishment of a diplomatic relationship with Japan and the Belize. And then also actually this November, with cooperation with the embassy here, we will have a Japan Week. And then so that we can promote and share traditional Japanese culture, but not only that, but anime and games, so that people in Belize can know about Japanese culture. And then with this anniversary, we will strengthen our bilateral relationship. And then not only people-to-people exchanges, but also what we have doing, such as economic cooperation and then support for medical systems. We will continue to these relationship, and so that our bilateral relation will be strengthened moving forward.
The Belize Agricultural Health Authority, BAHA, along with OIRSA and Taiwan ICDF, is hosting a 4-day workshop in Central Farm as part of a pilot project that Taiwan is funding with its allies in Central America to strengthen banana disease prevention capacity. Francisco Gutierrez is the Technical Director of Plant Health at BAHA.
Conducting this training with the support of Taiwan and OIUSA and an expert from Guatemala to develop technical capacities to be able to detect Fusarium oxysporium tropicalis 4, which is a pest of quarantine importance. I want to say that it's not a pest present in Belize, but it's been reported in the American continent, in Colombia and Peru, and we are concerned that it can potentially be accidentally introduced into the country. Hence the reason that we want to develop, as part of the several initiatives for prevention, develop the capacity for testing using molecular techniques, PCR-based methodologies.
So this is more of a prevention step?
Yes, it's part of a preventative platform. You need to be able to have the diagnostic capacity in case there's a suspect scenario. Then you can quickly react, hopefully being able to detect a very incipient or initial introduction so that you can move to try to contain or to eradicate.
In Ghana, women are said to have equal rights, yet there are disparities in education, employment, and health for women. Women also have much less access to resources than men in Ghana. One Ghanaian entrepreneur who is in Belize teaching people how to make bathing soap and liquid soap shared with us that the road for her to be a successful entrepreneur was not paved and lined with gold. In fact, it was a steep climb because nothing was handed to her along the way. Fatima Zara is such an influence in her community, where she hails from, Zador, that it bestowed upon her with the title of Queen. Zara met up with Belmopan Mayor Sharon Palacio when the mayor visited Ghana earlier this year. Mayor Palacio was impressed with the young woman who was teaching people in Ghana how to become independent business people and asked her to come to Belize and impart some of her knowledge and talent with our people. For the next 3 weeks, she will be teaching about 50 people how to make lemon-scented liquid soap used to wash dishes and bar soap used to bathe with.
It wasn't something that was easy. It has to do with me being determined, with consistency and then persistent. That's why I got here. It's not by chance. I work hard. I had to go through a whole lot of stuff to get to where I am. So it's not like it's easy. No, it does not be easy. It does not be an easy journey, and it's still not easy.
Why is it important that people learn to do this?
Well, soap making is a great access. This is something that you can do and start being an independent person. Soap making is something that it has helped me. If I can do it, I know some other people too can do it.
And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available in both text and streaming video at channel5belize.com. You can also connect with us on our Facebook page at facebook.com/News5Live. I'm Sabrina Daly. Thanks for joining us, and from all of us here at News 5, please remember to wash your hands, keep your social distance, and stay safe. Good night.